This year, the winner of the Charles Schwab Challenge will receive a fully renovated and customized 1973 Dodge Challenger.
We just are excited to be here, our first year of sponsorship of the Charles Schwab Challenge, when we were presented with the opportunity to do something here in Fort Worth, such a historic club. We approached it like we approach every business strategy, looking through clients' eyes, except we started with the players and said, looking through players' eyes, what could we do to make this a really unique tournament? And the first thing that we came up with, that wasn't the right idea. And then we came up with a couple other ideas, and the first one that really made sense was to play on the fact that this tournament has such a tradition, 73 years. And that 73, we started thinking about that, and it tied in with when we incorporated Charles Schwab in 1973. And both cars, both the course and our company have been challengers. We challenge on behalf of our clients to make investing simple and transparent, easy for them to reach their goals. And this course has long been known as a shop maker's course. And with this wind, I think we're going to have lots of challenges in store for our pros. So when we started thinking about that, the idea came up of, well, why don't we create a really unique prize for the winner of the tournament? And the Dodge Challenger came up. And you know, like in investing, it is often helpful to have an expert to guide you along the path. And so we called Steve Strope and the team at Pure Vision in Simi Valley, California, because he's an expert. And the result of that is truly a one-of-a-kind, unique prize on the PGA Tour. And that's our Schwab Challenger. And so rather than me talking a lot more, what I want to do is bring Steve up. Come on. I want to bring Steve up to talk about the car a little bit, but maybe before we get started, I got to ask you, so you got a call.
Yeah.
Charles Schwab's on the line and says, hey Steve, we want you to make a car as a prize for a golf tournament. Did you think somebody was pranking you?
It was a very surprising phone call when it came across, because I have a lot of different angles that people ask me, and I've done other corporate stuff, but this one was interesting because of the mash of the two worlds. When you're doing high performance muscle cars, you're usually not thinking the golf world, for good or for bad. So my first instinct, because I'm the designer first, was how am I going to make that look to fit with this world? I know I can, but I enjoyed the journey of the decisions of the colors, parts and pieces and textures to make this look like it belongs here, not necessarily at a drag strip.
Well, then maybe the next question, and the obvious one, is, you know, at the Colonial, plaid's kind of important.
Yeah.
And you chose to use the Royal Tartan plaid.
Yeah.
How and why?
I thought that was important that you told me, because when I was asking when I talk to clients and I design the cars for them, I'm asking personal questions. What do you like? What colors? And besides the long-standing tournament, and in Schwab, there wasn't a lot to go on except the corporate colors, and then, there's this jacket. And I'm like, that'll be perfect to try to integrate that into the vehicle. So we reached out to the gentleman who actually makes the jacket and said, may we have, ask nicely,
yes,
may we have some of the actual jacket material? And we did a couple of samples testing the width, because I knew I wanted to just splash it in on the seats and on the door cards. And so we tested a couple of different widths. This is a little gaudy, this is a little too much, and found what we thought was the right amount inside the interior. So it ties it in. I think it'll be very special for the winner, because his jacket will match his car, or actually, more importantly, in my opinion, his car will match his jacket. I think it's a great way to tie it together, and I think it came out really fantastic. I'm very, very pleased with it.
We do too. Are there some questions for Steve about the car or about the process?
How long did it take?
Very good question. The real question is, how long do they normally take?
Yeah.
That is, on the normal, that's about a year and a half with my workload. I closed the shop to do this vehicle for them, and we did it in 3.5 months. We put in about 2,800 hours to do the car, so nobody went home. Not really. And a lot of work had to be done. This vehicle was taken down to its bare body shell to bare metal. Everything on it is brand new, or it's the original parts that have been restored back to perfection, or better than they were when they originally rolled off the showroom. So lots of work, and it is a complete go-through from stem to stern.
Is that a Charles Schwab blue paint that you worked on to really capture?
I found a color that I thought was, again, very nice for this environment. This is an Aston Martin color called Glacier Blue.
Okay.
And I worked with finding the leathers that I wanted to match a color I had originally designed called Vanilla Shake. I didn't want it too yellowy cream, and I didn't want stark white, so we found the interior color I thought was perfect against that, and then of course a lot of polish on the car. We made the trim down the side of the car. These vehicles never came with trim, so we made that. And the little insert in the front fender with the floating trim over top of it, we made that. But other than that, pretty straightforward. 73, we did a couple of 71 parts here and there, but the color is an Aston Martin color.
And it fits within the brand standard, so it worked really well.
Sure, yeah. I think it represents the brand well.
It really does.
If I may.
You may. You may.
So it has a digital fuel injected, brand new 2017, 2018 SRT8, 6.4 liter, 390